Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is gonna do chapters 192 and 193 of Toriko. Now, the reason why I'm doing both chapters in one video is because last week I could not do the Toriko chapter review because I had computer troubles and so on and so forth. So, that being said, this video should be fairly long. I'm going to gesture and say around 15 minutes minimum. So, that being said, let's dive right in. Now, the first chapter, Toriko chapter 192. This chapter revolves around three things. The first thing is the kitchen knife, the revitalizing kitchen knife. The second thing is both Chiyo and Chin. Actually, no, four things. Yeah. So, first thing is the kitchen knife. The second thing is both Chiyo and Chin. The third thing is Acacia. And the fourth thing is IGO. Now, what's very important here, the major purpose of this chapter is both Chiyo and Chin and Acacia. Acacia stuff is very, very important. It's very key because it's something that's going to be very important later on as the series progresses. Especially when Toriko, Sunny, Coco, Zebra, when they all hit the gourmet world. That's how you know shit's going to go down with the Acacia reveal. Now, let's get started with the revitalizing kitchen knife. And this thing right here is very, very useful in a lot of ways. What's happening here is that Master Chin is wounded. He is on the ground, he is wounded, and Chiru, yeah, too many Chis in this whole entire arc. But Chiru is healing Master Chin, and he's using the revitalizing kitchen knife, the same thing that Taki used to stab Komatsu, and the stab didn't go anywhere because he wasn't wounded. The wound automatically closes stuff up because that knife is the same, well, it's the same category of knife and knifing skill that Taki had, that Chiru's using. So, what's happening here is that as Chin is being healed, Chiru explains the kitchen knife itself. And basically, the kitchen knife, first of all, it's made out of organisms. So the knife itself is made out of organisms and minerals that have regenerative functions and stimulate. And the minerals themselves stimulate the regenerative functions of the organisms that are used to create the knife itself. So, basically, you know what? Fuck that. All right. Let me repeat that one more time because I'm confused myself as to what I just fucking said, alright? So basically, the way it works, alright? The kitchen knife is made out of organisms that can regenerate. And it's also made out of minerals that stimulate this regenerative function of the organisms that exist within the knife, okay? Now, what happens here is that when someone cuts using this knife, the cut stimulates, the knife itself stimulates the cells around the cut, around the wounded area, and thus the wound itself closes. So basically, it stimulates the cells in order to divide and thus closing the wound or thus revitalizing the nutrient. That's the way it works. Now, the reason why it's known as a forbidden technique or a dark technique is because you could disrupt the ecosystem by using this knife. Normally, things live and things die. That's the way it works. If a cheetah takes a bite out of a zebra, that zebra should die. However, if you use a revitalizing kitchen knife on this zebra, then the zebra will live. And thus this disrupts the the ecosystem because a zebra that should be dead is now no longer dead and actually living. This would cause an overpopulation of a certain ingredient or a certain creature, and that's the way it works. And the IGO want to prevent this from happening. Now, the thing here is that in order to help stimulate the cells to divide, one must consume nutrients. Which is the reason as to why Toriko had grabbed so many bubbly fruit in order to feed Master Chin. The thing here is that you cannot revitalize the dead, since the dead themselves cannot consume nutrients. That's the way it works. That's the way this kitchen knife works. Now, at some point, will Komatsu learn this technique? Absolutely. Absolutely. If Taki knows it, then Komatsu must know it, since Taki himself stated that live ingredients in the gourmet world must be revitalized via kitchen knife. So, obviously, Komatsu will have to learn the technique at some point in time. Now, that being said, what's happening here is that Master Chin is now returning to health. And he talks about the reason as to why Chiyo left the Shokuren Temple, and the reason as to why Chiyo has such distaste for food honor in general. The first thing we find out is that Acacia, she is gunning for Acacia's 8th hidden ingredient. This is key. Why is it key? Because Acacia hid... Whoa. Fail. Okay, wait. Too many fails. I don't care. Acacia hid this ingredient for a purpose, for a reason. And the reason, we don't know why. But I'm assuming, and the thing here is, I'll get into it later, a little, like a little soon. But basically, she's gunning for this 8th hidden ingredient. And the thing here is that the reason why she's gunning for it is because her son passed away. And this is why she has so much distaste for Chin and the food honor and the Shokuren Temple. When her son passed away, and by the way, the son and this is the son of both Chin and Chiyo. So what happens here is that Chiyo, when her son passed away, Chin took the more holiest approach. He took the more, appreciate and give thanks and all that kind of stuff. And that really pissed off Chiyo. And Chiyo was really upset because she wanted her son back, which is the reason as to why she's gunning for the 8th hidden ingredient. Because this ingredient has potentially the ability to restore one's life, which means rebirth. Okay? This is the reason as to why Acacia hit it. In my personal opinion, this is why he hit it. If an ingredient has the ability to restore one's life, this could cause a shit ton of problems. The balance of the world, the balance of life and death, can be disrupted severely if dudes are coming back to life on a daily basis. Yeah, that would be a huge problem. And this is why there are only 7 temples that are praised for Acacia's full course, not 8. Normally it should be 8. But then there's the reveal that, wait a second, notice how even though there are 7 temples, there have been no mention of Acacia's hors d'oeuvres. Alright? Hors d'oeuvres, okay? So basically, this hors d'oeuvre is on shit, since this hors d'oeuvre can, or has the potential to revive life, or to give life to someone who has passed away. That's crazy, alright? And then, that's the main gist of this. Actually, no, wait, one more thing, alright? My bad, alright, my bad. The last portion of this chapter is basically not Chiyo, God, too many cheese, man. Chin states that he's going to tell what happened to the, he's going to inform the Zero Biotype about what just happened in the Shokuren Temple. And basically we see the location of the Zero Biotype. And it's fucking crazy, alright? It's a cloud tree. It's a big ass cloud tree. Straight up, right? It's called Gourmet World Cloud Tree. IGO Zero Biotype. It's like a big ass tree, or a big ass cloud that resembles a tree. And like there's actually structures that are on like the roots of this cloud tree. It's really strange. It's really strange, but it's fucking cool. And basically, we see the president and all these OP niggas just walk in, and I'm like, ah, shit! Yo, middle of the coming. They're coming, so you know that shit's gonna go down. you know that shit's gonna go fucking down. And that's the end of this chapter right here. Now, I'm gonna take a little intermission for the next chapter, so I apologize, but there's gonna be a commercial or an ad. So I'm sorry. All right, my bad, my B. But yeah. So I'll see you in like a few seconds. Okay, you guys, I am back to do chapter 193 of Toriko. As you can see here, time has passed, so I had to, take a break, basically. I had to do shit. Now, you could be saying, well, King of Lightning, you could have edited that part out, dude. What the fuck, bro? Well, I could have, but what's the fun in that, I'm just saying, alright? I mean, it's not a big deal. It shouldn't be a big deal. That's all I'm going to say, alright? Now, this chapter of Toriko, it's basically the reveal of Acacia's whole entire thing. And basically, this chapter, it's not going to be a review. It's more or less going to be like a read-along. Because so much shit was given to us in this chapter. The names themselves, holy frick, I mean, there are so many names, so many weird ass dudes. Then there's the cooking feast, the gourmet clips, the four beasts. I was like, whoa, hold on, like what's going on? So this chapter more or less is gonna be a read along. Whether or not I have the stomach to actually review all the shit that happened, I'll debate on that at the end of the summary. So let me get started, alright? Because it's a lot. It's a lot. If you read the chapter, it was a lot of shit. So, but the one thing I can't say after all this is that the four heavenly kings, Toriko, Sani, Koko, Zebra, it appears that after they fight the four beasts, they are ready for the gourmet world. And I am like, yes, finally, Cookie Punch, yo, fuck yes. I've been waiting for the gourmet world. I want to see what epic shit they have cooked up in the gourmet world, literally, all right? And, well, I'm going to say right now, at the end of the chapter, no, screw it, off topic, the summary, all right? So basically, this chapter starts off with the meeting of all these people who are members of the IGO. First of all, we see Guimon, who, of course, he was that guy who defended that road. I forgot that road's name, but he defended that road between the only road connecting from the gourmet world to the human world. And according to this, he is the gourmet gang leader. He's the guy who basically zones out. He zones out and he fucks up shit. That's his whole entire job. I believe that Sunny trained underneath him for like a few months. So yeah, so that's the guy, right? Then after Guimon is this lady, and her name, and she's a human natural treasure, and her name is Melisma, and she is the gourmet, the gourmet literary master Melisma, who is a human national treasure. And after this, we get introduced to, well, they're asking where's Chin. And then after this, we get introduced to another person, and his name is Male, and he is the gourmet Sentai master, the knocking artisan. And basically, they're like, so where's Chin? Because Chin should be here, since Chin is a part of this group. And basically, the president tells them that Chin was injured from combat, and he's not gonna be there. And basically, we get, and then we get a whole new list of names. We get this guy named Kuribo, and basically he's like a blacksmith, apparently. The maker, yeah, right here, maker of the world's strongest pots. All right, so some big dude with like some manly, gruffy ass thing going on. Then of course there is the honey prison warden, the prison where Zebra was in. It's the warden of that prison, that little girl. Her name is Love. And basically, she's saying that the old man won't die. So, basically they all know that Chin's gonna be fine at the end. And then we get to a person named Manon, and he's a magician right here, the gourmet magician. He's a Bushukuya, he's a Bushukuya, a Bushukuya, all right? And basically, he's like, okay, so why'd you summon us here? Like, what's going on? And then the president reveals the reason why they're there. And then apparently the reason why they're there is because the center, which is the hors d'oeuvre, the center is now known to the Bushukuya. And that's when they're all like, you know, what's going on? There was something really funny when he says that, because Milk, Milk is like, what? What did you say? And like, you know that Milk has like a hearing problem. Like, Milk has a hearing problem. So it's kind of like, you know, it's like people can barely hear him and he can barely hear them. So Milk is a funny dude. I mean, he's mad beastly, but he's still pretty funny. And so they go down the list. Once again, more characters to know. And these characters reveal stuff. And then, so this guy, the warrior of the Goro tribe, Tak, he reveals that the center is the phantasmal ingredient that is said to be Acacia's hors d'oeuvre. And then we have this other person named the Goblin Ramon, and he says, so it does exist. The ultimate revitalization ingredient. Right there is your answer, which is the reason as to why it's hidden, alright? Because it revitalizes people from, the ultimate revitalization ingredient, meaning that it could revitalize or could return the dead to the world of the living. And that's an issue. I've explained in the last section, that's an issue, right? Now, after this person, we get to meet some dude and this guy looks so freaking weird. He looks so, this mask he's wearing, too weird. He's the assassin. Mega something, alright? Mega Rodas? Yeah, Mega Rodas. Alright, yeah. So his name is Mega Rodas. And then there's another person, and this guy's an assassin. And then we get to another person named the martial artist Sakura, which, you know, I mean, Sakura. Alright, hopefully this Sakura is beastly. Alright, I'm just saying, alright? And then, I mean, you guys should know what I'm talking about. And then, after this, the IGO president states that apparently someone has leaked information from this group. And he's joking, but of course, Rap over here, and if you remember, Rap and Zebra were not in good terms with each other, but Rap is like, no. There's someone here who has just joined this group recently, and he's hinting at this person named Ryu, or Ryu? Yeah, I think it's Ryu. Ryu or Ryu, whatever, right? And he is the former gourmet Yakuza boss. And he's the one that one guy took over for. Toriko's friend. Fuck, I forgot his name. What's his name? Shit. He's the one who does all the EI stuff. Oh, I forgot his name. Wow, shame on me. But basically, he is the former boss of that. So, and the thing about it is that Yosaku, he's mad pissed at Rap, because Yosaku was the one, apparently he's the one, who invited Ryu into the group. So, you know, Rap is like, you know, well, Yosaku's like, chill, Rap, it's cool, alright, it's cool, alright? He's cool. He's with us, Mo. He's with me, bro. And by the way, Ryu, he looks cool. He looks very, very cool, very intimidating. Bullet holes, even in his head and cheeks. Bullet scars. You know he's hardcore. On his neck, too, you know, so they're all over the place. And then right here it says that the IGO president, he's like, well, whatever, doesn't matter. And then he says, we've also got to do, okay, so all we got to do is get the ingredients before they do. By which I mean that finally, with God as the main dish, we will begin collecting Akashia's full course. So now, the OP group, the OP bunch, alright? Yeah, the chapter review is going to be called the OP group, right? They are called the OP group, right? Meaning overpowered, because they're clearly overpowered. But the OP group are now heading off and gonna go to the gourmet world, and they're gonna go and find Akashia's full course, which is something everyone in Toriko, if you've been following the series, you wanted to see. Gourmet world action for the longest. The last time we saw gourmet world stuff, Toriko got his ass whooped. He got his ass whooped. So that means by monsters, by random nooblets. So clearly, shit's gonna get real when they go further in, deeper into the gourmet world. I am looking so forward to this, alright? And then it says right here, right? Oh yeah, another guy, Rala, alright? And then the Idol president says, Rala, have you narrowed down the time of the gourmet eclipse? I don't know why this eclipse is so freaking important, but apparently it is. Apparently this eclipse is going to lead to something. I have no idea what's going to lead to, but it leads to something, alright? And then Rala, who is the gourmet astronomer, he says, according to the results of our most recent investigation, the time of the gourmet eclipse will be in half a year at the earliest, okay? And basically, they're all getting ready for this. And then, basically, their preparation is half a year. So, basically, the president says half a year. That's pretty quick. Yosaku, will the revival of Earth make it in time? Earth, the thing that Sunny wanted. Earth. So, apparently, Yosaku has a method of attaining Earth. I'm not too sure as to how that's going to work. But, again, we'll see in the future. And then he says, yeah, it'll take another month, but I'll get it done. And then he says, Milk has the preparation of air, the knife. How's it coming? And then Milk says something no one fucking hears. No one fucking hears. And then the magician guy says it for him. And he says that the air, this knife air is already complete. And then we get to some guy called, you know what? No, screw it, alright? Gourmet Hermit, alright? He is the Gourmet Hermit, and apparently the IGO president wants him to find the location of Adam. And then this hermit guy says that we have nearly tracked it down. And then he goes to another guy called he's the gourmet surgeon slash chef, Seth Rollins, Jesus Christ. The gourmet surgeon slash chef, and he's saying that you better be ready to prepare Adam. Okay, and that's the end right there. And basically, well, that's not the end, but that's the list of names. And then he says this, the president says this, listen up, there's a possibility this may develop into war with the Bushukyukai. Prepare yourselves, because if that happens, the ones fighting here in the gourmet world can only be us, until Toriko, Zebra, and yada 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 come in and save the day with the Kyugi punch, but whatever. And so be sure you hand over all your current work in the human world to your successors. Meaning that all these people, including Rap, that son of a bitch Rap, including Rap, have successors, alright? I don't ever remember seeing Yosaku's successor. I don't remember. I really don't remember. Alright, but whatever, right? And then after that, there is, like, they all start to leave, and then and then this is where shit gets even more stuff, alright? And then the president, and then they all leave, and then this guy, Rala, he talks to the president, and then he tells him right here, though things are going to get hurried here in the gourmet world, the approach of the gourmet eclipse means that he will become active. Either it's going to be he as in Midora, or he as in some creature, or he as in something else. I'm assuming he means Midora, alright? And then he says this. And the four beasts are already awakening from their several hundred-year-long sleep. Who the frick are the four beasts? It's like, what is this, Yu Yu Hakusho? The four Saint Beasts? Like, what's going on? So, it's so much shit. And then he says, as things stand, the human world may be in danger. And I'm like, oh my god, more. So basically, Rala is really worried. And then he says, and then basically the president says, don't worry. We even have outstanding disciples in the human world. And let them take care of that. And then we see a panel of him, Toriko, Coco, Sunny, Zebra, alright? And then he says that apparently the four beasts are the final training ingredient. Which is why I said that the four beasts, once they're defeated, then Coco, Toriko, and the group may go to the gourmet world finally. They may join the IGO president in the taking down of Midora and the gang. So maybe this series, if in fact this series is gonna go to the gourmet world pretty quickly, then maybe this series may end around 300 chapters. Maybe. I mean, I'm assuming. Maybe. I could be wrong. Hopefully not. Hopefully it goes on for a much longer time. That being said, and then it says right here, right here, more shit. Anyhow, Rala, it seems that the Bushukyukai are gathering some chefs. And then Rala says, yes, if there is a war, if it is a war, it is probable that the Bushukyukai will launch an attack on the human world at the same time, which is slick. It is slick on Midori's part to launch an attack on the human world and take out the other biotypes, 1 through 8. Then he says, but that will only be after they have captured some degree of skilled chef. In other words, and then yada yada yada, 1 month from now, 1 month from now, 1 month from now, where all the greatest chefs from all over the world will gather, the cooking feast. When that day comes, the Bushukyukai are certain to appear there, which is even more shit. And then the president's like, okay, well, that's an issue. We need someone from our group to go there and make sure nothing goes wrong. And then here comes the hermit. I don't trust this fucker. I don't trust this hermit for shit. I don't. This guy, his beard is too long. His eyebrows are too big. He's too lanky to be trust. I don't trust that. That face, I don't trust that face for shit. I don't. Alright? I'm thinking that this guy leaked information to the Bushukyukai. I really do. Alright? And apparently, the president would agree with me since he talked to that one guy, Toriko. He talked to him and told him, well, he was telling him something right after he spoke to the hermit. So I'm feeling that he's thinking the same way I am. That this hermit guy cannot be trusted. And then at the end of the chapter, 2 little scenes. One of Stajin, my man Stajin, he's cooking something, and apparently it wasn't enough. And then at the end, we see Midora, a massive pile of bones next to him. And then he's like, are you coming, old man? And that's the end of the chapter right there. How long was that? 14 fucking... Really? Damn, wow. Okay, wow. So basically, that's the end of the chapter right there. Mad shit. Mad shit. Hopefully you're still here with me watching this review. If you are, props to you. I'll give you credit because it was a long review. I mean, I'm fucking sweating right now, you know. Straight to... No, I'm not. But, but still. Now, this was sloppy. I'll admit this was sloppy. I could have done much, much better when it came to review structure, but I kind of didn't want to since, again, it's 2 reviews. I mean, had I done 2 separate reviews, okay, fine. But I didn't want to do that. I want to do one whole thing. And this chapter, chapter 193, I underestimated. I really underestimated this chapter, Toriko. I really did. So that's my bad. So if you're not satisfied with this chapter review, I can understand. I can understand fully. That being said, I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. So this is the King of Lightning, and I'll see you guys later. The gourmet world is approaching. The gourmet world is approaching. It is here. All we need to do is see the group beat the 4 beasts, and we are set. We are set for the gourmet world. And Toriko, Komatsu, Zebra, Coco, Sunny, and all their beasts, meaning Terry, the mother snake, I forgot her name, Kiss, and, well, Zebra has no beast, so whatever. They're all gonna go, and Rin, of course, they're all gonna go hop in to the gourmet world. And this is gonna be good shit. So I will see you guys later. This is the King of Lightning. Rate, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice day. Signing off. Yeah.